Hi guys, this is Ray with Phone Arena. I'm at MWC 2014 and I'm currently taking a look at the LG G2 Mini. So it's a new mini handset unveiled by LG here. Obviously the smaller version of the flagship G2 smartphone. And what better way to see what it's made of than to compare it directly to what could be considered the king of small handsets, the iPhone 5S. So we do have here LG G2 Mini and iPhone 5S next to each other. This is how they compare in terms of design. Obviously the iPhone 5S is going to have the much more premium and exquisite look on it, whereas the G2 Mini sticks to a kind of a matte and cheap feeling plastic. It doesn't really feel that good to the touch, but it does have its signature rear keys here for power and volume controls, and it has a 13 megapixel camera as opposed to the 8 megapixel one on the iPhone 5S. Of course, that doesn't mean that it's going to take the better images. We're still to check out the quality of its photos, but we have a feeling that they'll be more like mid-range level photos. So here is how the screens compare. We do have a 4.7-inch panel here on the G2, even though it's not tremendously bigger than the iPhone 5S. It still manages to pack the much bigger display with its 4.7 inches compared to the 4 inches on the iPhone 5S. Resolution-wise, the LG G2 Mini is slightly worse with its QHD resolution of 540 by 960 pixels. The 4-inch screen of the iPhone is much more dense with its 640 by 1136 pixels. Still, legibility is pretty decent with LG's new handset here. It appears that you can easily read text and all, without really straining your eyes. So it's a decent display. It's IPS as well, though as you can see, its colors and everything is much more toned down compared to what we have on the iPhone. Some markets are going to see the G2 Mini with a 1.7 gigahertz and others with 1.2 gigahertz. I guess in some markets it's going to have a Snapdragon 400 level chipset, whereas others might actually get it with a NVIDIA Tegra one. So, but it's nothing major really. It's just mid-range smartphone by the looks of it. It's coming with Android 4.4 KitKat, which is always good to know. It's going to have probably the latest version of Android by the time it comes out on the market. And of course on the iPhone 5S we have iOS 7, the brand new and much more colorful experience. In terms of user interface, you see we have the G2's LG's custom Android layout here, which is very familiar from what we have on the LG G2 flagship. It's very customizable, very feature rich. It's got tons and tons of apps and functions in there, whereas of course the iPhone 5S sticks to a more minimalist approach with its software. It just comes with the bare necessities, and obviously you can get anything you want by doing installations of third-party applications. So that's pretty much it, guys. Our first look at the G2 Mini, and we have just compared it to the iPhone 5S. Obviously they're not in the same league, but at least in terms of size they're pretty close to each other. So that's it. Of course, if you want to learn more, just come visit us at phonearena.com.